Snake, are you all right?
I've been better.
What about Eva?
I healed her up. She can manage.
Good.
Snake, you'll take the lead and break through the enemy's line of defense. Eva will ordinarily be following behind you. If you lie on your belly, she'll lie down as well. If you slip and fall off a cliff, she'll follow right behind. You can call out to Eva by pressing the action button. Head to the lake along with Eva.
Okay. Well, that seems self-explanatory, kind of. It's this part can be a little bit tricky, especially if you're trying to go for stealth and non-lethal. This part can be very, very tricky. You've got to decide really whether you want Eva as a second gun, or if you want to just drag her ass along, because you can knock her out and drag her ass along, which gives you a few funny scenes, well, not scenes, dialogue sort of thing, where she talks in her sleep. But for the sake of this playthrough, I'm actually gonna, what's that, a cut? Broken bone. I'm actually gonna let her walk alongside me. She, cause she's injured and cause she's hurt though, her stamina decreases quite rapidly. So right, there should be a snake along here somewhere. Clever like that. You, my little buddy. Some of these supplies. We're not doing too badly for supplies, so we should be okay. Yeah, if you just let her follow along, she'll be fine most of the time. I actually wanted to kill that so that I could use it for food. I think we can still use it for food even though it's alive. You don't want to get too far ahead because then she'll lie down. Or sit down and she'll be all like, snake, wait up for me. But she's actually pretty good with a gun if you get into a tricky situation. But yeah, say as she's injured, she goes through her stamina quite quickly, so you have to feed her. She's not a bad companion. Much worse companions in video games. Oh, I thought I'd shot you. When she's hungry, she'll tell you. Come along, let me know. Snake, I'm hungry. I'm so hungry, my belly's rumbling. And if you let her stamina get too low, she'll be like, I can't go on. I need food. But otherwise, she just limps along. Come on. She just limps along behind you like that. You're pretty awesome. Eva, I need you. What? Say that again? I can't drive I can't fly the wig by myself. Bless him. Doesn't have a sensitive bone in his body, does he? Right, so we've got the stun grenades and white phosphorus and smoke that I'm going to try and use. All of this. Get us out of some tough spots. We're going to be followed. At some point in a minute we'll have to start engaging enemies. I'm not going to worry about, I'm going to try and put them to sleep, but I'm not going to be worried about getting spotted. Get spotted. Oh well. It's not like I've got through the game this far without being spotted. This part can be really, really tricky if you're doing a non-lethal playthrough, though, and a stealth playthrough. Very tricky. Because, you know, they're hunting us. lay down here. Wait for them to,
I'm so hungry.
Okay, Eva, don't worry. We'll go take care of business.
Can I have seconds?
She likes that. Come on. Come on. She may get spotted a lot easier than Snake does. So, yeah, this guy's coming as well through that part. To be a little bit further up and a little bit hidden away. They will come through here. Should be fine at least. Now the camera's fixed. Oh, they're gonna go right over to where Eva is. But I didn't knock Eva out. Really? You're not gonna go to sleep? There we go. Nice staying awake, Eva. Ah, balls. Oh well. Let's go for it. Ava kicked his ass. Who else is shooting? Anybody else? Anyone else want to fight? I know CQC. I know CQC. Nah. They don't want to fight me. They want to take me on. Come on, Eva, let's get out of here. Who? What? Where? Why?
What's wrong?
Go, Eva! Get out of here. She's just like, just gonna shoot the shit. Yeah. This is why this bit gets tricky, because there's so many enemies. Come on, Eva. Is he dead? No, now he's knocked down. How dare you cut her? Many of them, isn't there? There's so many. Eva, you'll be fine. Alright, Eva, we need to get out of here. Because they're gonna keep coming from that direction. And once we're through and out of here, we'll be able to, or through at least out of this part, we'll be able to, Right, let me check my map and make sure I'm going in the right direction. Yeah, that's why this part is so tough when you start out, because they just come in waves essentially, and you knock them out, and then more come in waves and spot the guys that have come before. And if you get spotted, then you know lots of them come in waves, and it's just a pain in the ass until you get through to the next part where Ava, please come on, where they're more spaced out.
This tastes like crap.
It is crap. That's why it's Russian. Come on. You don't have a choice though. You need to get out of this area. Because you know what? He was moving a lot slower than the guards. Yeah, there are ways to get through this really sneakily, but I'm just trying to get through it actually as quickly as possible. Not as sneakily as possible. Come here. This is their way of telling me how to get Ava to climb out the way. Out into the next area. But we got this. We can do it. We'll get in there, Eva. Hang on. Let me just heal our wounds. You wait here and I'll scope out the area. Heal our wounds, I'll go scope out the area. And he shot me right in the dick! What a rude bastard. Snake right in the dick. I was gonna say, I don't know why Eva's naked in that, but I don't know why Eva's naked in most things she does. Wouldn't be any particular surprise. I have the knife out.
The enemy is close by.
Oops. Oh, they're gonna gang up, go bunch up around that area. We sneak this way. I actually need some better camo because we're more in wooded area than not wooded area. It's more tree bark that I'm gonna need. Something like that.
Guess
It's a bit wilder.
I see him.
Leave this to me.
No, you saw Eva. Anyone else? Ooh. Oh, cool. Jumped on him. Right, actually. This is pain in my ass. Yeah, there are ways you can get through this that are so much easier than what I'm doing. Oh, apparently, yeah. Oh. What's going on, Eva? You're not defending yourself? You not have a gun with bullets in it that I just gave to you? Useless woman. I'm not gonna lie, I knew once we got into this part that I was gonna pretty much run right through it and just
Right there.
Where? Where was the hostel? Fucking.
Get out of the way. Get out of the way.
Frickin'.
I'm so hungry.
I hate this area. This is the most annoying area in the game. You hungry? You hungry, Eva? You hungry? I'm sorry. You're gonna stop complaining so that we can get out of here because, you know.
Yuck.
Well, tough. Deal with it. So we can get through this damn game. Honestly, I kind of hate the developers. I don't hate any of you. It's a lie. For putting this section in this game right at the end of it. It's really annoying.
He's definitely here somewhere.
I'm so tired.
Well, Eva, I hate to break it to you, babe, but I'm not exactly full of the joys
I'm
of
so hungry.
spring. Right, this guy's down here laying in ambush.
I'm so hungry.
Him.
It's just my imagination.
Yeah, you're annoying me now, Eva, so it's time to do this the old-fashioned way. Damn it. I lost it. I can't get back up that way, I gotta go around. Right. You want some instant noodles? And calorie make. Oh, Snake, that feels so good. Unless she's dreaming about, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, boss. That feels so good.
Right, I'm just dropping off the end and not.
So good.
Oh, for God's sake.
What's an instant noodles?
There's nobody here.
Either your dreams are not suitable for work. They are X-rated. Fido! Oh my god. Woman is crazy. know one thing's for sure, she needs to wake the damn hell up. Right, well she's on a position now where I can't actually get to her. So either I fudge up or she needs to wake up. Eva, wake up. There's nothing I can do, I can't get you down. I've messed up. Messed it up, Eva. Get down. Shoot you in the leg. I'll wake you up. Come on. Get up, woman. Let's go. I know there are more guys in hiding around here, and I don't know where. Eva, please follow me.
Where'd you go? Snake.
Where did you go? Follow me, you poo-face!
What did you give me?
It's Russian rations, it's all I've got. Now get your bloody dumbass this way.
I'm so hungry.
I think we're out of that area after this bit. I hate this part of the game. Even if you just want to dart through it, it's tricky. It's a pain in the bum. Sometimes I think if it wasn't for that part, the whole game would be perfect. It's just that part. It just annoys me. That little part. And we are out. Oh, now you can run.
Come on, Snake.
Stupid woman.
We made it.
We made it.
Over there. It's the boss,
Not
isn't
quite.
it? I'll go get the wig ready to take off.
Right.
I'll leave you two alone. But come back in one piece, okay? Promise me!
I'm gonna try. But the boss, you know, she's a tough lady.
Life's end. Isn't it beautiful? It's almost tragic. When life ends, it gives off a final lingering aroma. Light is but a farewell gift from the darkness to those on their way to die. I've been waiting, Snake, for a long time. Waiting for your birth, your growth, and the finality of today.
Boss. Why are you doing this?
Why? To make the world one again. The world used to be whole. But with the end of the Second World War, the philosophers began to fight amongst themselves, and the world was torn apart. The Cobras, my comrades who trained and fought alongside me, were torn apart as well. The foibles of politics and the march of time can turn friends into enemies just as easily as the wind changes. Ridiculous, isn't it? Yesterday's ally becomes today's opposition. And this Cold War? Think back. When I was leading the Cobras, America and Russia were fighting together. Now, consider whether America and Russia will still be enemies in the 21st century. Somehow I doubt it. Enemies change along with the times, the flow of the ages, and we soldiers are forced to play along. I didn't raise you and shape you into the man you are today, just so we could face each other in battle. A soldier's skills aren't meant to be used to hurt friends. So then what is an enemy? Is there such a thing as an absolute timeless enemy? There is no such thing, and never has been. And the reason is that our enemies are human beings like us. They can only be our enemies in relative terms. The world must be made whole again. The philosophers must be reunited. I will devote my skills to that purpose. And with the Colonel's money, I will achieve that end. Just as I once created the Cobras. They are my family. I may no longer be able to bear children, but I still have a family. It was November 1st, 1951. I was in the Nevada desert participating in atomic testing. The name Nevada is derived from Spanish, covered in snow, white as snow. And snow is exactly what I saw in that Nevada desert. It froze my blood white. Snake, you were an atomic test subject, weren't you? On Bikini Atoll. That's part of the reason I was drawn to you. You and I are alike. We're both slowly being eaten away by the karma of others. We'll never have the chance to die peacefully of old age. We have no tomorrow. But we can still have hope for the future. In 1960, I saw a vision of the ideal future from space. 3 years earlier, the Soviet Union had succeeded in launching Sputnik, the first man-made satellite in history, into orbit. This came as a huge shock to the United States. In response, America threw everything it had into its own manned spaceflight project, the Mercury program. Even as the Soviets seemed poised to send their first man into space, America was still experimenting with chimpanzees and rockets. The government wanted human data. So they secretly decided to send a human being into space. I was the one they chose. At the time, they didn't have the technology to block out cosmic rays, and whoever they sent up would inevitably be exposed to heavy radiation. That's why they chose me. After all, I'd already been irradiated once. Of course, you won't find any of this in the history books. I could see the planet as it appeared from space. That's when it finally hit me. Space exploration is nothing but another game in the power struggle between the US and the USSR. Politics, economics, the arms race, they're all just arenas for meaningless competition. I'm sure you can see that, but the Earth itself has no boundaries. No East, no West, no Cold War. And the irony of it is, the United States and the Soviet Union are spending billions on their space programs and the missile race, only to arrive at the same conclusion. In the 21st century, everyone will be able to see that we are all just inhabitants of a little celestial body called Earth. A world without communism or capitalism, that is the world I wanted to see. But reality continued to betray me. In 1961, I was sent to Cuba, to Bahia de Cochinos. It was part of a CIA-sponsored invasion under the guise of taking Cuban exiles back to their country. But the US government betrayed them. Our weak-kneed president held back their air support. Defenseless, the exiles were annihilated by the Cuban army. All I could do was watch in silence. I was set up by the very country I'd sacrificed so much for, by the very government I dedicated my life to defending. I was driven from the surface world, and I went underground. Then, 2 years ago, I faced the Sorrow, my old comrade in battle. He was my friend. But one of us had to die. I was left with no choice. The Sorrow gave his life for me. There is no enmity between us. One must live, and one must die. That was the mission. The ones who gave me that mission were the philosophers. Early in the 20th century, the true holders of power in the United States, the Republic of China, and the newly formed Soviet Union gathered together in a secret meeting that would later be known as the Wiseman's Committee. The secret pact they formed there marked the beginning of the philosophers. But the last of the original members died in the 1930s. After that, the organization began to run out of control, and the Wiseman's Committee degenerated into a mere shell of its former self. The philosophers of today have no sense of good or evil. Their influence extends to countries and organizations involved in every aspect of every war. They have become war itself. That's how they operate. The sacrifices of war cause a shift in the times. This shift leads to renewed conflict, and in turn triggers the next war. Like a nuclear chain reaction, each conflict sparks countless others, forming an endless spiral that will continue on for eternity. Do you understand what I'm saying, Snake? By consuming me and you, the philosophers intend to keep that cycle going forever. It was my father who explained all of this to me. He was one of them. You see, I am the last remaining child of the philosophers. But after he revealed the truth, my father was killed by that same shapeless, formless organization. And my father isn't the only thing the philosophers have taken from me. In June of 1944, the Cobras and I took part in the landing at Normandy. We'd been given a top-secret mission to locate and destroy enemy V-2 rocket installations. I was pregnant at the time. The Sorrow was the father. I gave birth on the field of battle. A beautiful baby boy. But my child was snatched away from me by the philosophers. Look at this scar. This is proof that I was once a mother. I gave up my body and my child for my country. There is nothing left inside me now. Nothing at all. No hatred, not even regret. And yet sometimes at night, I can still feel the pain creeping up inside me, slithering through my body like a snake. I've never talked this much about myself before. Thanks. Thanks for listening to me. I feel content. Snake, commence the operation. I raised you. I loved you. I've given you weapons, taught you techniques, endowed you with knowledge. There is nothing more for me to give you. All that's left for you to take is my life, by your own hand. One must die, and one must live. No victory, no defeat. The survivor will carry on the fight. It is our destiny. The one who survives will inherit the title of boss. And the one who inherits the title of boss will face an existence of endless battle. I'll give you 10 minutes. In 10 minutes, Miggs will come and bomb the hell out of this place. If you can beat me in less than 10 minutes, you'll be able to escape in time. Let's make this the greatest 10 minutes of our lives, Jack.
Boss?
You're a soldier. Finish your mission. Prove your loyalty.